Boy, oh boy, we got ourselves a game in Milwaukee. St. John's overtime buzzer beater. Zubi Ejiofor able to take down Marquette 86-84. Senior night W for the Johnnies. That, what a game. What a guy. Tariq and I were texting as it went into overtime. Every text was sent in all capital letters. My name's Guy, that's Tariq. Tariq, let's start off. What a fun game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, the first half was good. It was back and forth, but in a different way than the second half. Like it was back and forth of like Marquette went on like a mini run, then St. John's went on a mini run. And it was like, oh, get a couple steals, get a dunk. Now, one of those dunks was a windmill, which was crazy. I love Chase Ross, by the way. Like he's not the perfect player, but if he's on the court, I'm glued to whatever he's doing on the court. Like he's always gonna do something crazy, at least once again that you're like, holy, that dude is
And late in the second
really
half,
athletic.
getting back on defense while he was injured. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah, that
know that
dude is
eventually they blew
a
it dead,
machine.
but that is
Yeah.
some heart if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, that dude's a machine. Um, yeah, just a fantastic basketball game on both halves. The second half, it just felt like after the 10-minute mark, it just felt like neither team was missing. And it was just like, all right, if you make a shot, we're gonna make a shot. If you make a shot, we make a shot. And it was just match, 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 match. And then it gets to the end, and the crowd is like deafening. They don't get a really good shot at the rim, and then RJ Lewis gets a shot up from a three, doesn't go in. They go to overtime. Um, Kadari Richmond was phenomenal in this game. Comes out with a triple double, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Obviously got the tap out of Chase Ross's hands. Then it gets to at Simeon Wilcher, then he gets the edge of four. He makes the floater. And the silence that went over the crowd once the shot went in was like just deafening. And I know that's the opposite of what deafening means, but it was just like they were like they got the rebound, they're like, yeah, and then he gets tipped, and then they're like, oh, and then he goes in and he just goes shit, and they're like, and it's just like you just seen like your favorite character die in a movie theater. Like that's what it was. Everybody was just like, no way we just saw that happen. And it's like last game of the regular season, and I talked about like feeling like Marquette felt like would feel like they needed to win this game and to be that close and still lose at home on senior night, you have to be sick. Like, like just watching their faces after the game, like Chase Ross is just like, did that really just happen? Like Cam Jones is like bent over. Also, Cam Jones, what a performance.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said he was,
Oh,
somebody
I'm
said
about to get off
35.
some Cam Jones take.
Somebody said 35. He was damn close. I was watching, I'm like, oh shit. Like, guy said he was gonna get 35. He's getting really close.
I was one made three away from being right about Cam Jones getting 35. Uh,
And he was actually shooting the three ball well too.
Cam
They were like
Jones, I just
NBA
want to
three.
say
I was like,
my sneaky Cam Jones take is everyone seems to think that Braden Smith is a lock for a first team All-American. Can we think about putting Cam Jones in that spot? I really want to. In part of it is just because I love watching Cam Jones so much, and all of Marquette's jerseys are really pretty, so it's always a great viewing experience. And I'll admit it, I think fun players are oftentimes better than they actually are. But I really want to get Cam Jones on this first team All-America. Uh, I really do think, by the way, Marquette could have gotten this one in just in 40 minutes of basketball. Ben Gold had about what felt like 5 to 6 open threes that he missed that just St. John's like shots that he is more than capable of making. We see him make regularly. He was 2 of 8 from three overall, but St. John's wasn't even closing out, or if they were so late, and he was
yeah,
just off today. But I really do feel like if Ben Gold was a little bit more, I guess if he was himself from 3-point range, this would have been a Marquette victory. Also, Stevie Mitchell 0 for 7 from the field. You're never going to see that. I loved how much the
Really.
broadcast was talking about Shaka's praise for Stevie Mitchell. I've long said he's one of the best glue guys in
Mm,
the country. He was my number one glue guy in the country going into this year. Um, him and Tobe Awaka, but Tobe Awaka has turned into a bit too much of a star at Arizona to be considered a glue guy at this point. But if there's a man that we have to talk about other than Cam Jones, if there's a man on the winning side that we're going to talk about, RJ Lewis is still nationally underrated. This dude is not only going to win the first team All Big East, going to be on some kind of All American team. Just think about where he was at this point last year. Last year, RJ Lewis played only 23 games, started 10 of them. This year, the man is averaging 18, 7, and 2. I mean, he's an indispensable player for St. John's. He is so much fun to watch. In this game alone, he drive the 28 immediately pops out to you. He did that on over 50% from the field. He had a double double, 11 boards. I mean, this man is just has not been human in Big East play.
yeah.
Uh, by the way, I do want my apologies to Cam Jones, by the way, because Cam Jones put up 32, 9, and 7, which are admittedly better numbers, but he was 3 assists and 1 rebound away from a double double, and well, I mean from a triple double, but he was
Mm,
small amounts away from a double double. I really wish he got that triple double. If he got that triple double, I think he would definitely be a first team All American. But I was doing the Marquette Georgia game in like November, and I got off a Cam Jones all first team All American take, and I really want that to come true. Part of me does. I mean, just in this entire game, Tariq, it was so amazing. I am struggling to think of what to say. Around the 9 minute mark in the second half, St. John's extended their lead up to 6 after it was back and forth the whole game, and I thought St. John's has a 6 point lead now. I think that they're going to pull away. Marquette's playing tired, not really tired, but sort of sloppy. Um, and I thought St. John's was going to pull away. They cranked the effort up to 9. I mean, this was such a fun game to watch because both teams were so desperate to win. Every
yeah.
Cam Jones was on the floor, Ben Gould was on the floor, Chukwueze was on the floor, Lewis was on the floor. Everyone was diving for loose balls. It was
Yeah.
this is what basketball is supposed to be. This is why we love to quote Ed Cooley, a man who I am not even the biggest fan of when it comes to Big East basketball coaches. This isn't pretty boy basketball. This is the Big East. I love the Big East so much. This is such a fun league. And conference tournaments, Tariq, let's look ahead a little bit. Marquette, they've got the 4-5 game with Xavier. Technically a first round bye, but they already know their opponent because it's the 4-5 game. St.
Hmm.
John's will be playing the winner of Butler Providence. Uh, what are we looking for? You think both teams should win their games pretty handily?
Wait, say it again. Sorry, say those games again. You said who's playing Providence?
Uh,
St. John's.
St. John's is playing either Butler or Providence. I mean, probably Providence. Butler's.
Yeah, yeah. That's for sure a gimme game. Like St. John's will have no problem with them. And plus, these
And
games
then
are in New York, so
yeah, MSG. And then Marquette
it's
plays
good.
Xavier. I think Marquette's, I mean, not I think. We know Marquette is clearly a better team than Xavier. This isn't a preview, but assuming both of those teams get by their first games, they'll meet each other again in the semifinals. I think that's the most likely scenario to happen. So Marquette might get their get back game, but it's going to be an MSG. It's going to
Exactly.
be tough for them to win there, but Shaka, don't let me down again. Please, Shaka. I mean, it's not even that I'm rooting for him. It's just every year I'm picking Shaka, typically in the NCAA tournament, yes, but I like to pick Shaka teams in March, and Shaka doesn't like me. But anyway, can't wait to watch this Big East tournament. I love this conference. From Tariq, from Guy, we thank you so much for watching this preview and subscribe to the Sleepers Media channel. We're going to have tournament previews. We're going to have NCAA tournament previews. It is fun basketball time, champ week. Let's go.